Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I am going to be teaching you guys how to make Minecraft GFX just like the one shown on the thumbnail and on the screen right now. So I'm going to be, showing you guys step by step, so it's maybe a little bit longer of a video, but it's definitely going to be useful. All the tools I'm going to be using here is free. It's also going to be in the description and most likely a Google Drive. I'm going to have a folder that's going to say GFX tutorial. It's going to have all of the GFX packs I'm going to be using inside of Photoshop, and the rigs that I'm going to be using inside of Cinema 4D. If you guys want to get Cinema 4D for free, you can search up on YouTube how to get it, or if you guys want me to make sure that you just make a comment down below, and I'll most likely be able to make a video about that. If not, just search up on YouTube how to get Cinema 4D 16 for free, or 17. I don't really know which one it is at the moment. But anyways, let's get on to the video. So first things first that you guys want to do is you want to actually open up Cinema 4D. So get up Cinema 4D, and after you get up Cinema 4D, what you want to do is you want to have obviously have all of the files. So I have it on my other monitor, so let me just drag them over to here so then you guys can see. So there are going to be a couple things that you're going to need. I'm just going to drag over the files that you will be needing on here. So yeah, let's just drag over the files, and let me get the skin I'm going to be using for this, which is going to be my own skin that I have. So if I can actually be able to find the skin on my desktop, oh, here it is. So I'm also going to be teaching you guys how to remove the eyes, because that's what you need to do. So I'm gonna get the plain skin itself for mine. So, but here's all the things that you're going to need. You don't really need the eyes, because most likely yours already has eyes on it, like mine. So what you want is you want the customizable sword, and then you want Cinema 4D, which I already have open, and then you want to have the rig, okay? And yeah, the rig will be in the description, and so as whatchamacallit, so the rig will be in the description, same thing for the sword, and just the GFX pack folder will be in it. There's no viruses on it, anything like that. So yeah, let's hop into this video. First things first, I'm going to put this to the right side so then I can actually get this. But the first things first is you actually have to customize your skin. So first things first, open up Photoshop. This may take a couple seconds to open up. Okay, so now after it has finally opened, I'm going to press Windows R to get it to the other side. Then I'm going to drag this inside of here, right inside of Photoshop. It should start loading. I'm going to put it back like this. Now to zoom in, you press Alt or hold Alt down with your scroll, and then with your scroll wheel, you zoom in. It's a lot more faster than having to press Z and use these toggles. And you can zoom in and out with your mouse. Next, what we're going to want to do is I'm going to zoom in into the eyes. Here's, obviously you can edit your skin and stuff. It doesn't matter which skin you use, you just need to do this. It's very important. Now make the brush tool all the way down to 1. Why we make it down to 1 exactly? Hold on, let me click on the layer, make sure you're on the layer. Is because then you can actually change pixel by pixel. Because if not, let's just say if you have it like at 78, this is going to happen, and you do not want that. So let's change that back to 1. Also, you can right click it and be able to change it too if you're new to Photoshop yourself. Let me get rid of that. So now what you want to do, you want to make sure your opacity is 100. Okay, so obviously you have to pick the color itself, so you have to go down to your color picker. So you click this guy. And then, where's my color? Oh, here it is. So if you just click on it, and then you click right next to it, click OK, and that should be the same one. Make sure you get rid of the white, like that. You can obviously use other things from Photoshop like Photopea or Pixlr for doing this process. Normally with this process I use Pixlr, but I just want to use Photoshop just to make it a little bit more simpler for you guys. After you do that, click save, and then you want to click save as. Go to save on your computer, title it whatever you want. I'm going to name it LOGXN underscore skin no eyes, like that. Make sure it's a PNG. I'm going to save it all the way to my documents actually. Now I'm going to click save. Well, I mainly save everything to my documents mainly. I save it all to my documents mainly for a certain reason. You can also save it to a folder if you're starting to do a lot of GFX. You could click yes if you'd like to. But just because then I can have it on my screen for you guys, so then I can show you. Next, obviously it'll be in my recent files, but anyways, we want to get Cinema 4D up. Have this guy up, and we're going to Windows key, and then to the side, Windows key and the left arrow if you have that type of keyboard. If not, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to minimize that to put that over there. Next, we want to drag this guy in here. Okay, and then after we've dragged it in, we can full size again. Double click on this guy right here. It should be AFMR or AFMR 2020 V126. V1.26. So it's gonna have almost like a Phineas and Ferb. If you can kind of see, it's kind of like a Phineas and Ferb type of outfit. It's like Phineas's outfit. If you actually have ever watched it, if you have, comment down below you've watched it. If you haven't, I would suggest to watch it, unless if you're kind of old. Like even though I'm 14, I still watch it. It's a great show. Anyways, so what you want to do is we're going to be extruding in this. I'm going to try and walk you guys step by step how to extrude. But before we do that, we want to go to our skin. Okay, and we just want to go to our documents really fast and just drag that into the skin, and then click yes, or you can click on this and go all the way over to it. Now, I already have an extrude hair for this, and basically extrude for the whole entire body, but I'm going to be, just be showing you right now how to do it. Also, if you guys want to know who taught me, I will have his Fiverr down in the description, because he is able to do a lot more better detail. If you want to learn a lot more about it, I'm just going to be showing you guys the basics of how to make yourself a profile picture. It's not going to be one just like mine, but like a chill profile picture just like this one shown on the screen. Anyways, so now what you want to do is you want to figure out what type of eyes you want. So default, you have these type of eyes. For me, I'll change that, but right now we're going to do the extrude. To do that, click on this, and then you want to click head extrude, and then that should pop out. Now you'll see that you can't click on anything, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Go to layers now. You can unclick joints if you like to, and you just basically want to unlock all of these. He has it locked mainly so then you'll basically be able to have like an easier way, I guess. I normally do it this way though. So I put the actual head extrude itself. So let's just say if you have a hoodie. For me, I have a hoodie. Some people have like a small hoodie right here. I'll show you one of my new GFX on the screen that I made with a hoodie. You can sort of see the hoodie right here, but it's kind of hard to see it. You can kind of see like a small bit of it. But yeah, anyways, so what you want to do is this right here is going to be your base layer of your head itself. This is going to be like there's basically 2 extrudes, or 3 if you're willing to call it. I'm just going to say 2 basically. So you want to zoom into this guy. And what we're just going to do with this one is we're going to small bit increase this. This is going to be the hair itself. The other one is almost like the ready to extrude. And basically the second layer with the hoodie on it. So we're going to start off on this guy. Also, all of your controls are all the way up here. So this is how you go that way, this is how you turn, this is how you go inside. This guy will put you into all different directions, and basically all of the pixels that go into it. If you want to get out of this and you're trying to figure out how do I do this, in the scroll wheel of your mouse, basically go over to here, okay, and on your scroll wheel of your mouse, click it basically, like that, and it'll automatically put you, but make sure you're on the screen itself, like that. Next, what you want to do is you basically just want to extrude this guy first. I like to extrude this guy first. It's just the easiest way to do it before doing other things. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go down. It should be called polygons. Click on that. Next, you want to go over to here. The shortcut is 9. If you want this guy, the shortcut is E. If you want this guy, it's T. This is like almost like a size comparison, which we'll use for the sword later on, and also the hair sometimes if it's too big, and R for rotate. But we're going to be using this one. Next, what you want to do is you want to zoom in, and what we want to do is we want to get rid of all of this skin that's on here. I also will be removing this just because I don't like it. It just has a brown feeling, and that's not the type of thing I like on my skin. Next, we're going to basically get rid of all of this. Now, let's just say if you like are working on the hoodie later on and you just want to get all of this, but like you don't want that to happen, hold down shift and then keep doing it like that. Okay, and every single time you just have to hold down shift to do it. Oh, alright, we got that. And then we can just do that. Make sure you hold down shift again and get all of that. If you guys are enjoying my content, you could go ahead and like this video. And if you just like my content overall and you just like this video, you could like this video, obviously. But if you would like to subscribe to my channel, you go ahead and can. So now I just click the delete key on my keyboard. Next, we basically have the base layer done. So what you want to do is you want to do Control A, which basically will select every single thing on this extrude. It won't select any of this. It will just select this, or the head extrude or hair extrude itself. It won't select anything else because you're in polygons and you're selected on that. Anyways, you want to do Control D. Okay, actually not Control D. I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. You want to do Control A, obviously, and you just want to press D, which will go into the extrude tab itself inside of Cinema 4D 17. Okay, now you want to do is you want to go to the maximum angle. Okay, you want to change that guy to 91. And for me, I normally put this. Oh shoot, what did I do? Control Z. There we go. And I basically put the offset as 1, which basically increases the height of it. So as you see, now we have the height of this, and yeah, make sure you have all the skin off, as you can see. And basically, if you want something else off, make sure you get that off. Next, I'm going to press the model itself, and now to get back over to this, you could go down to position and press 0, or type in 0. It'll automatically go over to it, or you can just drag it all the way down to here. And for me, like what I like to do is I like to make sure it's all not glitched and like kind of on the same side as like a basic extrude head, like that. So that looks pretty good to me. We'll be messing with all the eyes and all the facials because sometimes with this rig, also with some other rigs, this also happens. But so basically, with some of these rigs, what will happen is. So basically, if you try and like do the facials first and all of that, then it won't look good at all. Like I promise you that. It's just first things first. It's not gonna look good, and it'll also mess up like if you're trying to do the extrude itself. Next, we're going to actually go on to the actual extrude that you will use. So also, I should may have mentioned this. So there's 2 types of things. You have the hands. So you basically have these hands and you also have these hands. So you want to say which one do you want, and I'll be kind of showing that whenever we do the other stuff like the so I'll be kind of telling you guys more about this later in the video whenever we talk about doing the poses itself. Okay, so our next thing that we're going to do is we obviously have to go back to this head now, and just also make sure that there's no skin on this. If you have any type of skin, you really shouldn't have any skin, but if you do, just make sure you do something about that. Next, you want to go down to polygons again, or you could also hit Control, or I think you can hit Control. Yeah, all right. And so now you will basically see with this one, at least with this rig, you'll see a bunch of these. Okay, it's basically empty and it gets in the way. You don't have to remove it, but in my opinion, I like to remove it. It gets in my way, and it's really painful to have to go through it, and it just doesn't look good at all. So it doesn't take too long to remove it. Oh shoot. It doesn't take long at all to remove it, so I'm just gonna remove it really fast. Also, I'm basically just selecting it with this tool, and then just pressing delete, by the way, for others to know. Okay, there we go. So we basically done the first part of it, so congratulations, you've made it this far. Obviously we don't, it's not obviously the finish of it. Next, so this is, for me, I have the hoodie on it, on side of the hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here. Okay, what you wanna do is you wanna press U, and you want to press L. Oh shoot. U and L. And so this is obviously just for my character, but this can also be used for others. But so it'll almost have this, which will just loop around, so which is very useful. So then you can just click on that, click D, and I'm going to change this guy down, or all the way up to 2, just like so. Alright, and now if you want to, you can obviously increase this guy. For me, I'm not going to, but actually I forgot to do this. I am so sorry. Do Control A, because you know how we changed the this guy over here to 1? We want to change it to 2, like that. So then this guy is bigger itself. Next, what we want to do is now we can do the UL. I'm super sorry about that, guys. I forgot. Now we don't have to change how much bigger it is. We could actually, you know, I like 2. I like to have it at 2. Never mind. So now we're going to actually move on to the what's it called? Now we're going to move on to the hair extrude itself. So basically, to move on to it, what we're gonna do is you have to think of an idea. Do you want it to be a flat one? So what I mean by flat, it's basically it's not gonna have that much big of it. It's gonna look something like this. Hold on. Like, it's pretty basic if you're kind of a basic person about it. It's basically just gonna look like this, or you can make it so it has more of a hair. I'll kind of try and put one on the screen. I don't really have a difference of it, since I kind of like to have not a flat one to me, but it's obviously all your type of opinion and all of that. So, but for me, I'm going to be doing it sort of like a spiky type of hair. Normally what I do with all my other extrudes too. Anyways, it's going to be a very basic video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about right here. I'm just going to start to drag most of this. Okay, whenever we get over to here, we're just going to add those two like that. And then, actually, I may add that guy. Yeah, I'll add that guy. Then we're going to press D again, which is the extrude, if you forgot already. Now you want to go, and I'm going to press this as a 2. Yeah, 2 looks good. 2 looks decently good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a diagonal. This is obviously, if you're going to be doing a flat, then you can just adjust it by a small bit. But I'm going to do a diagonal. It looks really good in my opinion. Then I'm going to add a 1. Actually, I may put a 2. I may put a 2 also. It kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. Just depends on how much extruding you want to do. Now, whenever it comes to adding like extra stuff, like let's just say if you want to add other stuff back here, what I do is I hold down Control. Okay, so I press it, hold down Control, and then use this blue thing to make the extrude look different. Like this. And you can basically make the extrude look different. You can also do a double if you'd like to. In my opinion, I just don't do it just in case if I later on in the extrude do something else. I wouldn't make sure to make the hair that much bigger, just look a little bit different. And yeah, so this looks pretty good to me. It's a pretty good extrude. I'm actually going to increase these two by a little bit more. And may increase this guy by a little bit more. I want these to be a little bit smaller though. So just like that, that's you basically did most of the hair extrude right now. Hair extrude isn't too hard now. I actually may change the height of this. I mean the what's it called? I'm going to change how big it is a little bit, so it's kind of like that bigger one than others. If you can kind of see, I want it to be bigger. Now, this is where you can test it. So for me, I'm just going to test what this is going to look like. I'm going to change this guy to 0. I'm just going to see what this looks like so far. That looks like a pretty good extrude. It's all the way up to you. I'm going to actually mess with that extrude a little bit. Everything looks good to me. That looks pretty good. Okay, so let me just change that by a small bit since I kind of had this extrude down here. Not really extrude. That's way too much. That looks pretty good to me. Gonna increase this guy. Oh, I selected two files, or two things, like that. There we go. And that looks good to me. Alright, so after you're happy with your extrude, you can obviously put the position, or like you don't even have to, you don't have to press a 0, you can just put it right there. And now you can adjust if it's too small, too big, whatever you like now. So basically, yeah, you're basically finished with the extrude. You're all good. If you'd like to, you could change off your layer, go back to your layers and lock them, but you don't have to though. You're basically all good right now. So I'm going to move this cue because this is how we're going to do all the facials. So now what you're going to do is, in my opinion, I like to have these eyes closed. I'll show you a difference of what it looks like with the big ones and with the small ones. It's up to you though. Some people like to use the bigger ones for like thumbnails or like realistic profile pictures. For me, I like mine to just be like kind of professional and kind of like a little bit hardcore with the hands. It basically depends on what type of thing you would like. Anyways, I'm going to be doing more of a professional way. Obviously, it's going to be kind of helping because then you actually know how to do the professional way and the easy. You'll just have to leave it alone. So what you want to do is you want to press Q, which is how you open this guy up. So you basically have, these are eyebrows, which we'll go down to later. This is like all of your, I think some of this also goes for mouth too, but I wouldn't suggest to do mouth, so you could obviously do that in Photoshop. I may teach you guys how to do that another time if you guys would like me to. Anyways, we're going to press this down, and what we're going to do is we're basically going to go down here, and we can change your eyebrows if you'd like to. For me, mine's perfectly fine. My eyebrows are perfectly good to me. If you'd like to go down to here, you could change like your left arm to smooth or sharp. Here's where you can also have your slim arms or your Alex. I'm going to have slim for this one. A lot of people have been wanting me to do slim, so I'll do slim. If you want Alex, you could obviously press Alex. Up to you though. So now it's actually time to change these. So to change it, what you want to do is you want to press on customization and go down to eye resize. Okay, you want to turn this all the way up to 100. At least for me, I turn it all the way up to 100. You can also change the color of the eyes itself, which you go down to the customize. Click this guy, okay, and you just change the color. For me, I'm going to be doing blue as mine. And for the type, I don't like this type, so I'm just going to go down to this type. Okay, I'm going to change it to 2. You obviously have some other choices, but I like 2 the best. It looks pretty nice to me. But all up to you guys, whatever you would like on yours. Nose, I would suggest to not have it. Nose looks literally ugly on it. I do not suggest to have a nose on there. Anyways, we're going to get started on the facial and poses. So like what I said before, I wouldn't suggest to do faces. So what we're going to do is we also have to change the eyes because those are pretty big and stuff. So I'm going to change these to arrow. We're going to press the far one. We want to click shift. We're going to press that other one, which is going to enable us to change how big these are. So I'm going to change that down all the way to the max, like so. These are the eyes itself that you can change. To be honest, I may actually, oh shoot, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to try and get these to almost go upward or downwards. All right, so that's kind of good. Want to get these to go downwards, sort of. All right, so basically for this pose, I'm going to be remaking the one that I made for myself once. So I'm going to try to be remaking that one, sort of, or one that actually my friend made for me. It was like one with a pickaxe, but instead I kind of changed it to a sword. So it's going to be like a look like this and him be staring right there. So to be able to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take this. So you could take this guy, which would kind of be able to get that. But if you see this eyes right there, you do not want to press on it and move it. That would not be a suggestion. click one of these. This is for right eye. This is for left eye. Kind of makes sense. And you want to basically just do that if you want to. For me, okay. And then I'm going to do that so I can actually get so most of the eye is gone. And I'm going to use this guy to get a little bit less of it. So then whenever we have it like that, we can obviously change the mouth. For me, I don't really like mouths, but all the way, anyways, it's up to you. Whatever you would like to do with it. But yeah, it's mainly up to you whenever it comes to that. Anyways, so what we're going to do now is we are going to be doing the pose. So I already did all my facials. If you'd like to change that, you also can. I'm going to change the eyebrows. This is like the thickness of it. Just gonna turn that down by a little bit. And now I'm gonna make these like almost like an angry, like that. And as you see, there's still a little bit of white right there. So if you want to kind of change that, press Q. Okay, and you want to go down to this guy and just increase that by a little bit. Just increase that by a little bit. Like that. So now, like, whenever he's looking right there, it's kind of like a scary type of look, if you kind of get what I mean. Now what we're going to do is, obviously you can add a cape, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Now you want to find a pose that you're going to do. So basically for this pose, I already sort of have a pose for this already. So yeah, I'm basically just going to kind of show you guys how to make a little bit of some poses, I guess. So yeah, let me kind of just show you. So for this one, what I'm going to be doing is, I already have the eyes all situated. So obviously I already got that done. So for this guy, I'm going to be kind of making like, so this arm, oops, wrong thing. So basically this arm comes out with that, okay? So like he almost has his elbow almost like that. And that's going to be turning to right there. So I think I can use rotate, yep. And then I'm going to bring this guy down here and then increase that guy. So this is where hands come in. So for me, I like to have the hands just because I like that in my personality. If you don't and you want it to look realistic, you can obviously do that and basically kind of get the axe floating or something, or basically whatever tool you're going to use. But for me, I'm going to have this. But right now, I'm getting off the hand posing itself, so I'm not going to be worrying about that. About having the hands turned on right now. So now I'm going to kind of get them so then it's like that. And I'm basically just going to have it all ready for the sword because I'm going to be adding a sword to it. So does that look good? May increase how the height is for that. Just going to change the pose by a little bit. Kind of get what I mean. It's mainly up to your type of personality and kind of how you guys like it itself. Going to see where the hands go. Alright, so that, let's see. I'm going to do that. Basically, I'm just going to adjust it. And I'm going to basically kind of get this to go back by a little bit. Sort of like that. There we go. I can obviously change that if I would like to. Now I'm going to get rid of these hands, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is so basically for this one, I'm gonna kind of get it so then the hands kind of go on this side, sort of. Or so then like the arm, I mean, this way. So for me, I'm basically gonna have like a punching position, I guess you can say, for him. He's gonna almost be like punching somebody, or about to punch someone. So I'm gonna turn this guy up by a little bit. So basically, he's almost ready to punch someone, sort of. But I'm going to try and straighten his arm out by a little bit. And then I'm going to try and get his body to go like that. So he's like ready to punch someone, if you get what I mean. Since that's kind of the feeling I would like, or the type of pose I would like him. So basically for this one, I'm not going to add a hand like right here. You don't have to add like the hand right here, but I mean you can. Like for me, I mean that kind of looks a little bit good. So I'm actually keep the hand, not gonna lie. Now, so you want to, with the render, you want to have it so, so what you want to do is you want to have it so everything fits in almost. So you don't, like for the feet, like what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have it like that. So the feet are, hold up. Let me just get that. So almost like the feet are like that, okay? And the feet are just going to be turned by a little bit. If you guys want me to, I will be making a video. If you guys want me to, just tell me in the comments down below if you'd like me to, and I'll be making a video how to extrude the rest of the body. But for this one, we're going to be making a basic one. Just comment down below if you guys would like me to make it another one so you're able to extrude all that. So basically I'm going to make it so this guy is kind of just going down, sort of like that. And I'm going to kind of turn that to be kind of like that ways. And then this guy to almost be up by a little bit, like just like he just jumped in the air or something. Okay, and that's going to be like that. So just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the sword itself. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to get the customizable. And now since we have that, I'm going to get the diamond sword. You can add, obviously, the master. And here is where I was kind of talking about the rescale. So you can press T for this guy. Okay, and I like to make this a little bit thicker like that. And then what you want to do is you just want to, you don't want to use it like that, okay? That makes it like odd shaped. So what you almost just do is you just like click anywhere like that, okay? You just do that. And you basically just scroll your mouse. It's kind of hard to see because I'm not really having my mouse cam on. Sorry about that. I didn't really feel like having a mouse cam. If you guys have like a different sword rig, you can use that, but in this video I'm going to be using this one. Like that. No, wrong one. Supposed to get the blue. Now I'm going to get this guy to go out. Just like so. Now it's time to get the actual hand out itself. Wait, did that fit perfectly fine in there? There's no way. That sort of did. I'm going to kind of get it so he has the hand closing almost inside of there. Like that almost. Alright, that looks good to me. Now we need to almost close the hand. Oh, shoot. Did I just... Okay, that's exactly what I did. Come on. Barely. Perfect. That looks good to me. So just like that, now I think I may increase the size of this, not gonna lie. I think I may increase the size. Just like that. So there we go. We have ourselves a decently good basic thumbnail, or not thumbnail, profile picture, sorry. So yeah, we basically have ourselves the pretty good type of, you know, profile picture. So now what we're going to be doing is, so we have that. Now we obviously need a Lightroom. So I'll be having the Lightroom inside of the description with everything else, obviously. And I'm also going to have a cape rig that I'm going to be using with this. So now we finished the rig. So congratulations, in 30 minutes-ish, we were able to do that. So sorry this video is obviously long. I kind of had to fit up a lot of information. Kind of wanted to do it basic by basic. So now do Control A, copy. You want to copy all this. You want to go File, Open. And want to find wherever you put it, and for me it's in my, it's basically somewhere in here, if I can find where it is. There it is. So here's the cape one, because we're going to add the cape before. Here's a old, what's it called? So basically gonna get rid of every single thing in here really fast. This was an old one that I did. There we go. So we have the singular cape. Now we're going to click Control V to paste it. Now we basically have all of that all good. And now we're going to rotate this guy. Okay, we're going to get it right on his back. So we're going to use this red arrow to get to his back, like that. And obviously this position is perfectly fine with me, but you could change the angle like this, and you could change the strength like that. So to me that looks pretty good. So that looks like a pretty good position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the last thing. And so we're going to do Control C again, File, Open, and we're going to now find where our Lightroom is. Okay, here is the Lightroom. I think this one actually is empty. Nope, it's not. We still have everything else. So we just want to delete about every single thing in here. You won't have this in here. That's just me that I have in there. Going to paste that. Click yes. And there we go. Zoom that guy in. Kind of put that to the side. Zoom that guy out. Going to change these borders because if you can see, there are like these gray borders right here. So if I can actually be able to adjust this guy out until these gray borders are gone. There we go. I'm going to zoom this guy out and basically just get the right pose, or like the right type of angle for this. Like that. Now we're going to click this guy. And you want to click yes. Click OK. You'll most likely get that. If not, some people may not. So now let's just wait for this render to finish, and yeah. Okay, so now is about to finish any second. So in my opinion, this looks great to me. Obviously, I don't have the extrude on anything else. I will be teaching you guys how to do that though. So now I want to go to File, okay, and they want to go to Save As. This is how you're gonna save it. Now, if you see, the cape is gone because it's black, and I'll be teaching you guys how to also be able to get rid of that, so then it's not all black and stuff. So yeah, and I'll be showing you guys how to doing that. So basically, yeah. And so what you want to do is you want to get transparent. So make sure you click this alpha channel. Make sure you do that, or it's not going to be transparent. Now we're going to change this title, and in this title I'm going to do LGXN_render for YouTube, like that. Click save now, and it should save automatically. Now I'm gonna click save for this guy, and I'm going to click I'm also gonna save this guy, and I'm also gonna save this guy, which is actually the actual Cinema 4D thing itself. And if you guys really want me to, if this video is able to reach 50 likes, I will put inside of my Discord, what I will do is I will put the actual Cinema 4D render itself inside my Discord server if you guys would like to use the extrude that I used for this. And yeah, also if we get ourselves around, I'll do 75 likes, I will make a part 2 on changing this up with the extrude itself and kind of giving you guys a little bit of a boost. So I may hit 75, if I may even do 50 or something if I need a whole nother video to be out and stuff. This is going to be the basics. May make another video later how to make it a little bit more cooler and a little bit more better detail. But we're going to tile this LGXN render for YouTube. There we go. I typed in my name wrong. I don't know how I did that. Click save now. We're going to save it to my downloads. I know, I'll change that later. Now we're going to open up Photoshop. I'm going to do you guys a small Photoshop right now. So yeah, let's just do a little bit of the Photoshop, and yeah. Okay, so now you want to click create new, and you want to make it custom. I'm going to tile this LGXN profile picture for YouTube. Next, we're going to click create. So I'm going to have 2 packs in the description that I'm going to be using. It's the H and Z pack by Hansel. It will be in the description where everything else is. And then we're going to also use the Lindedex pack. I have some other packs, but those I'll most likely put in for another video. So now what we want to do is I'm going to change this color all the way to black. So I'm going to do Control U, colorize, and it's going to turn this all the way down to black. Now I'm going to lock this back up. Now I'm going to go over here in our File Explorer, drag this guy in here. Okay, I'm gonna full on, actually now thinking about it, alright, because that guy, we need to make sure that we get the cape itself too. So I may remove this guy. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to get this guy fully kind of on there. And to me, I don't like to really have the legs there. It kind of makes it, press enter by the way. I don't really like to have the legs, but there we go, that's fine though. That's perfectly fine, looks like a great render to me. So yeah, now what we're going to do is first things first, I'm going to leave a description for the Discord server that I use for this, because there's a screenshot section with a bunch of great screenshots in my opinion. So I'm going to pick a dark themed one that I like of my choice. So I actually just found one that I liked while looking inside the Discord server, and yeah, let me just open that in here. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to zoom this guy in. Make sure it's sort of like one that's close to the ground in my opinion. I'm also going to change the hue of it, so let me unlock it. Okay, and I'm basically going to make this a little bit more darker, sort of, because I'm going to make this dark themed. Okay, and now we're gonna do Control J. Okay, click on this filter gallery. Okay, and this is kind of like one of my big secrets. Okay, so I'm gonna be teaching you guys. I'm gonna put this to all these settings. Depends on your skin though. Go to here and go over to screen. Do Control U now, colorize, and then change it to the color that you would like. Yeah, I'm gonna change the dark to a little bit lower. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to this eraser. I'm gonna lower this guy up to about right there. Now we're going to hold down Alt, okay, to zoom in. Going to get rid. So I don't like it to be on my eyes. It looks pretty ugly to me. So we're gonna get rid of it on the eyes really fast. Next, we're going to get it off of the hands because I don't like that on the hands. But I will kind of leave it a little bit on this to kind of add some extra detail to it. I'm gonna leave on the sword because it kind of gives it its own glow. And basically, I'm going to get rid of it from right here. But gonna keep it right there so it's kind of like glowing through its sleeves. So yeah, there we go. We're basically finished with the rendered stuff. I'm going to do this so then I don't have to mess with it later. Now I'm gonna get a sword glow. So the sword glow is gonna be in the Linux pack. Well, I'm gonna sword glows, and I like the 2 the best, so copy that, Control C, paste that in here. So now we're going to change the color to blue, because that's the sword. Going to click colorize, saturation, I put it fully, darkness, I put it by a little bit. Going to do that for this guy, colorize, yep, there we go, there. Okay, now I'm going to press on this guy so I can kind of get all of it. So, press on all of it so I can get it all. There we go. And if I can, turn it to there. I'm going to size it down and take it, size it down a little bit more until we get it right there. I'm going to actually copy and paste our Control J to kind of give it a little bit more of a sword glow. Obviously, these packs have a lot of things like sword swipes if you like that, and a bunch of other things. So yeah, there's a bunch of other things, but I'm not going to be reviewing that inside this video, but that is another great one that you can use. So now we're going to make the background kind of look a little bit more Minecraft themed, as I like to call it. So you want to go down here, going to go down to particles. Okay, I'm going to get this guy, this 7, paste it inside of here, make sure it's viewable. Okay, I am also going to lock this guy out so you don't have to worry about that. No, wrong thing. Bop, bop. So now we're going to take this guy, size this guy down. Okay, I'm going to sort of just put, actually I may size it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put this guy sort of on the top, as you can see. Okay, going to do Control U, press on it, Control U. And I'm going to change this to blue too. You'll start to get used to changing everything to blue. And yeah. I'm going to kind of size this guy up. Like that. Now we're going to put it under all these guys so it's kind of as a background. Like that. Okay, I'm going to actually copy and make another one. I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to take this guy, the number 6 too, and paste it in here. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Where is it? 5? Yeah, it's 5. Control C, copy, paste that guy. And I'm just gonna add that like right here. I'll add it right here, I guess. I may actually size it higher. Control, yeah, I'll put it right there. Control U, change the color. Okay, and that kind of adds a little bit of a glow effect to it, but I'm going to kind of erase a little bit off of it. Like that. I'm going to kind of get another one to add it right here. Like that. And so yeah, you can basically add a bunch of other stuff. There's a bunch of other stuff inside this pack that you can use. Okay, so like what I was saying, sorry, someone came in my room. So basically what I was saying is there's just a bunch of other things in here, but I'm also going to add the CC. I like the CC1. which almost makes it a little bit kind of better in my opinion. Like, you can kind of change it kind of like with the size and color. But for this, I'm going to keep it as the same. So you want to do File, Save As. You can do Quick Export, but it's not that fast. I mean, Export. Now you want to go down to here, go to PNG, click Save, Documents, okay, like that. And yeah, you basically just did yourself and just made yourself a profile picture for yourself. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like this video. And if you like my type of content, subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Like what I said inside this video is true. So yeah, I will be making another video on this if you guys would like. If we get ourselves 75 or maybe even I'll lower it down to 50. And yeah, and also if we also get 50 likes on this video, I will be